Right now, if you need the bathroom, you get up and go. Door closes, privacy, clean water, done in 2 minutes. Ancient soldiers did not have that luxury, and the consequences were far more horrifying than you think. Here is what actually happened when ancient warriors needed to go to the bathroom during war. In Roman armies, the answer was surprisingly organized. Roman military engineers built latrines into every single camp they constructed, no matter how temporary. These were long stone or wooden benches with holes cut into them, positioned over a trench or running water. Up to 40 soldiers could sit side by side at the same time. No walls, no dividers, no privacy whatsoever. Soldiers sat shoulder to shoulder, did their business, and held conversations like it was completely normal, because to them it was. To clean themselves, Romans used something called a tersorium, a sponge on the end of a stick kept in a bucket of vinegar water, shared by everyone. But here is where it gets dark. Not every army was as organized as Rome. Most were not even close. In medieval sieges, soldiers relieved themselves wherever they could, outside their tents, near the food supplies, into the same streams they drank from. The result was catastrophic. Dysentery, known as the bloody flux, tore through armies so consistently that historians called it the siege disease. It was not just uncomfortable, it was a killer. Henry V of England won the famous Battle of Agincourt in 1415. What most people do not know is that dysentery had already destroyed a fifth of his army during the siege just weeks before, and Henry himself died of dysentery 7 years later following another siege. During the American Civil War, 2/3 of all soldier deaths were caused not by bullets, but by disease. The leading killer was diarrhea. Soldiers were dying in their tents because their camps had no proper sanitation. In World War I, trench latrines were pits dug 4 to 5 feet deep. When a pit filled to within 1 foot of the top, it was supposed to be covered and a new one dug, but during heavy fighting there was no time. Men used shell craters instead. Flies fed on the waste and then landed on food. Dysentery spread through entire battalions in days. Ancient enemy scouts could reportedly smell opposing camps from miles away. So next time you walk to a clean bathroom without thinking twice, understand that for most of human military history, that simple act determined whether armies survived or collapsed before a single battle was even fought. The enemy was not always across the battlefield. Sometimes it was in the latrine.